Which they're perfectly entitled to do.
Nick DeLuca enjoying his first World Cup. Caught the eye against Georgia, but it was a familiar theme throughout the team 11 days ago. Must get better in the contact area. Otherwise, you'll provide this man with opportunities to do what he's doing right now. Oh, it's off the posts. Scotland need to keep their wits about them. Patterson didn't find touch, however. Guizemont brings it back. Vergaggio. It's been a good response from Argentina after the brightest of starts from Scotland. Got all the makings of an outstanding game as Fernandez Lobby goes to the turf. Vergaggio, Fernandez. That's interesting, and it works for him. Beautiful play from the fly half, Santiago Fernandez. Contepomi runs back towards the rush hour. Penalty to Argentina. Scotland were offside, so they've got a free drop goal here. This is Bosch, tackled by Lawson. Fernandez runs into Jackson. Nothing doing. We will come back for the shot at goal.
Yeah, Scotland guilty coming in from an offside position, not coming through the gate. I think it was big Jim Hamilton.
On the ball. First man came in was a prop. That man kept his hand on the ball.
But early indication there from the penalty. The clearance kick wasn't away. This was clever play, wasn't it, by the fly half Santiago Fernandez. Gets the bounce. It splintered the Scotland defence a wee bit. Contepomi ran up the hole, but you can see, first of all, Cross coming in, then Hamilton interfering with the ball.
The ageless Felipe Contepomi in his final World Cup has Argentina ahead. Argentina 3, Scotland 0.
Yeah, first blood for Argentina. Contepomi with the easy kick. Well, Chris Patterson missed one earlier. And this game is certainly going to be tight. These are very much...
Lamont worked hard to chase the ball. Albacete got just enough on it to win it for the Pumas. This is his second row partner, Carissa. Finally enjoying a World Cup after losing out to Ignacio Fernandez Lobbe 4 years ago. Vergaggio. Another test for the Scottish defence. Kelly Brown has been busy and impressive in the opening half of this first half. Santiago Fernandez can call the mark inside his own 22 and clear with a little bit more calm. Leaving the Hindu club in Argentina, he was one of just 2 players in the starting 15 playing back home before the World Cup. He's off to Montpellier once the World Cup's done, and he'll be playing against Juan Martín Fernandez Lobbe because he's now with Toulon. For the time being, though, Fernandez Lobbe is in a heap on the floor, and it looked like somebody trod on his foot.
Yeah, that looked a sore one, didn't it? You can see the anguish in his face. Either his ankle or his knee.
Argentina forced to play on a man down. Hamilton taps it to Lawson. Here goes Jackson. Passed more than he's kicked so far. Here he is again, passing to DeLuca.
Good.
Midway through the first half, Contepomi's penalty, all there is between the team. Strokosz was overrunning the ball and it needed to be rescued by Evans, who rescued it well. Once again, though, the ball has been lost. Albacete has it for Argentina. Now Vergaggio, and now Contepomi. Doesn't find touch. In the meantime, Fernandez Lobbe is helped back onto his feet, and Lamont leaves a bunch of grapes on the way by. Here's Contepomi to Bosch. Vergaggio over Fernandez Lobbe. Wayne Barnes determined to let the match run its course. Ledesma offers the option on the narrower blind side, 40 metres out from the try line. This is Vergaggio, 23-year-old. Vergaggio fires the ball to Carissa, who gives everyone a breather, and perhaps poor old Fernandez Lobbe time to catch his breath.
I think with Wayne Barnes standing right next to Fernandez Lobbe, he had to stop the game, didn't he? Time out.
Blood on his knee.
But good play by Argentina.
It's the rules of the game.
The breakout that came from Sean Lamont's kick was pirated by Felipe Contepomi, set up on the far side. But concern here for Argentina. This man is a real star for their team.
As we saw in the background, Genaro Fessia warming up. There he is. He was the surprise omission from the original squad, but he might be coming on shortly. Now, he just seemed to land awkwardly.
He's certainly in a bit of pain, isn't he?
Did he make contact with the Scottish player? I thought he had initially, but it
seemed to be his other knee when he planted it. Yeah. It seemed to shake, so whether he's done some ligament damage, he's still getting some treatment though. But it's interesting, Scotland every time, or on a couple of occasions, Nick DeLuca's taken ball in, so has Max Evans. And what's so crucial is that Scotland need their numbers there if they're going to retain the possession. They've lost the ball in contact on those 3 occasions, twice been penalised, the other one's been pirated, because Argentina are so good over the ball. And it's these little areas, these facets, the other one's been pirated, because Argentina are so good over the ball. And it's these little areas, these facets of the game that's going to decide this fixture.
Looks for the time being as if Fessia won't be needed.
Not head on head, but not too far off. Okay,
Fernandez Lobbe takes his place at the base of this latest scrum.
Crouch.
You can see him there, he went down a bit gingerly, didn't he? Back of your, right of your picture there, he's got that left leg strapped.
This time it's the Scottish front row who are penalised. Jeff crosses feet, giving way on what is becoming an increasingly slippery surface.
It's better. Thank you.
But Wayne Barnes allowed him no excuse.
Well, there certainly has been an awful lot of rain that's fallen in Wellington today, but it'd be interesting to see that scrum again, just to see what happened there with Jeff Cross. Because if it was something to do with the studs, then really the scrum should have been reset. Here we go, we'll have a look at it here, if the camera can go down a bit.
We're not going to see it there. Cross against Roddy Roncero.
From that angle, though, it looked as though he completely slipped. So very harsh, my referee Barnes, but at the end of the day, he is the law.
From some distance, Martin Rodriguez gave it a right old thump. But in going for length, he lacked accuracy, and it remains 3-0. Rory Jackson just making sure everyone is behind him as he gets us back underway. This is the fullback, Rodriguez, who will be able to tell us when we talk to him afterwards exactly what he had in mind there, but for the time being, none of us have a clue.
Yeah, DeLuca playing in the slips, couldn't catch that ball, knocked it on. So a little bit of a let-off for Argentina there. His first chip came off, his second didn't.
7 turnovers. It's attracted our attention. You can be sure as eggs is eggs that it's attracted Andy Robinson's as well.
Yeah, the contact situation, as was talked about at the start of the programme, the contact is so key. Scotland have to protect more ball.
This time it's Argentina's turn to struggle a little bit at the scrum, but Contepomi still has his mitts on the ball on halfway. Great battling for possession from Barkley, and in its own way that created a little bit of South American panic, and Scotland have got the ball back. Here goes Lamont, run straight through Contepomi. I don't think would be in the top 10 of world's great tacklers, unlike that man Alistair Strokosh in attack for the time being. Lawson having to work hard to get the ball away. Morrison finds DeLuca again, beautifully taken by Evans, runs away from the tackle of Ledesma. Opportunity knocks for Scotland. Jackson. This is Strokosh. The right wing Camacho really committed himself, and there was a hole to be exploited temporarily for Scotland. Camacho's back in position, but Scotland are no more than 10-15 metres away. Lawson, Patterson, Evans. Ron Sarah was there again with the tackle. Bosch trying to pull Scottish bodies off the ball. And Scotland once again have to give way. Once again, the scrum half, Nicola Vergaggio, will have ball that he wouldn't have been anticipating a few seconds ago. Bosch, being ambitious, might be made to pay for it. Kelly Brown flying over the top. Oof. Then Aguja comes in to make sure that he stays there. Roncero, the Pumas have made a real meal of this.
Yeah, they've tidied up ball. Look how they seal off the ball straight away. But Scotland, their turnover, their Achilles heel, they're not keeping the ball in the contact, and as a result, Argentina getting right in there.
Vergaggio clears. It'll be taken by Evans, who has Patterson outside. Still going until he was eventually brought down by Contepomi. And as he was brought down, he hung on to the ball. Is it possible to explain technically what Scotland aren't doing right at the breakdown, Scott?
Well, what's happening is the individual's taking the ball in, the tackler's getting on his feet, the Argentinian tackler's getting on his feet and then playing the ball. What Scotland need to do is they need to take 2 and 3 men into the contact area, wipe out the Argentine, and that allows the phase of possession to then be recycled. It's such a hard thing. We've seen it throughout this World Cup. Patterson goes down, look at the next man over the top. They brought forward Vergaggio, he got hands on the ball, and Scotland just have to be quicker in the contact area.
Argentina do well to seal the ball off as well, don't they? They prevent you from placing it back towards your side. It's much more constricted. Great battle for the ball in the line-out continues. This is Fernandez. Scotland this time have won the ball back. And here goes Lawson. Finds Jackson. Morrison. That time Barkley was there to clear the man out, but the ball was still loose and Contepomi charged onto it. And he needed to be held back by Nick DeLuca. And Scotland will be relieved to see Wayne Barnes awarding the penalty in their direction.
Well, is that a second opportunity that Scotland have had down the left wing? Surely the ball had to go through the hands. They are creating the extra men, they are making the line break, but they've got to polish it off. From the penalty, doesn't find touch
Hold. Yeah.
Lamont looking for a little hint of a space. Saw one partly through Rodriguez. Jackson this time does go high above the lights that ring.